Hey, Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who preach this truth and risk their life to do so that we can get out of here, man. This is James 1 and 1. Basically, I'm just getting to you're going to be tempted, you know? Hold on, let me get up, man. Close this door. You're going to be tempted, man, and it's true, you know? I was talking to the brother today on the way, we got in the car on the way home, and I was just telling him, like, you know, not only are you fighting the world, but you fighting your flesh. You fighting our flesh, man. You know, our flesh is our flesh, because our flesh is a part of the world, man. Your spirit and Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is the only thing you have, and other Akim, you know, that's part of the reason why that flesh can't make it onto that chariot, man. It's sinful. It wants, man. It's a chamber of darkness, you know, and you're very limited in this flesh. But enough of me talking. Let me go ahead and get into the scriptures. This is James 1:1. It says, James, a servant of Yahweh and the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting, my brethren. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, right? Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. One thing, you know, when you go through one thing that should reassure you is that Yahweh, and if Yahweh deliver you out of that, one thing that should assure you and comfort you is that Yahweh Shai is dealing with you. You know, trying you, testing you. He ain't gonna put too much on you where you can't bear, but he definitely gonna shake you. You know, because we need that chastisement. You know, how can we call ourselves his son? You know, if we can't receive chastisement, it's the scripture say your earthly fathers chastise you. How much more the Most High Yahweh? Basically, you know, if you view you as a son, you're gonna get chastised. Right? It says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Right? The trying of our faith work patience, man. It does. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, entire, wanting nothing. Right. It says, let patience have her perfect work, because through the time of now, whatever you're going through, you know, Lord willing, Yahweh will get you through it speedily. But through that time, you know, let it have its course, let it have its work, you know, receive that chastisement that you might have to go through, you know, or receive that fight against that temptation, man. Man, your flesh can make you do some wild things, man, and make you think of some wild things. You know, our flesh has been marinated with in Babylon, man. You know, so therefore we got to fall back on our spirit and feed the spirit. We're not perfect men, but we striving to be. We're not perfect yet, you know, but we will be. Yahweh Shai willing. It says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not. I know I was getting into being tempted, but this is good. This scripture right here, all scriptures are good. This scripture right here is good, because it's getting into faith. And I'm going to touch on that too. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. Let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth, like, don't doubt. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Right. Scriptures also say a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, man. So you can't doubt, have 50% doubt and have 50% faith. You're going to be unstable. You know, when you break down and you pray to Yahweh and you praying towards the east with your hands up, you know, however brothers pray, you know, have faith that he gonna answer your prayer. You know, have faith. He gonna answer your prayer. Have faith he gonna get you through your situation. You know, or if you ask for something, if it be his will, have faith that he gonna give it to you. You know, ask the Lord, hey, you know, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, if it, you know, Baba Kashah, if it be your will, please get me through this situation. Or if it be your will, Baba Kashah, I ask that you heal me. You know, or if it be your will, I ask that you don't, you know, that you don't have me being indulged too much into this world. You know, if it be your will, help me to push harder in this faith. You know, it says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let the brother of low degree rejoice that he is exalted. But it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You know, and if you waver, don't think you're going to receive anything from the Most High. You know, let me get this. This is Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou canst serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And I tell you what, when you go through temptation and when you go through chastisement, you know, from the Lord, you know, and I'm not saying temptation is chastisement, I'm just give you an example. But when you go through chastisement or you're being tempted, you know, because your flesh is what tempts you. You know, Satan to tempt you. Your flesh is what tempts you, man, you know. I'm not saying Yahweh is tempting you to do anything, but I'm saying your flesh, being that it's been marinated in Babylon for so damn long, you so used to fucking up and doing shit your way and not having really a consequence for it. When you come into the truth, you got to learn how to fight off that old man. That's why, you know, the old man, you know, the new man and the old man, they fighting. The spirit and the flesh, they fighting against each other, you know. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient without our change into a lower state. And what I was going to say is that once you go through chastisement, or once you get through that temptation and you beat it and you conquer it, you grow a little bit as far as being wise and how to move. You know, it's always a learning experience, you know, and it's humbling as well. And it's best to be humble, man. You could being humble allows you to do a lot more, allow you to see a lot more, you know, from a righteous man perspective. You know, I would say, you know, use your mouth less and use your ears more. You know, really listen. You know, really listen. Really, you know, really don't be indulged around these people too much. These people, they speak death and they're waiting to be slaughtered, man. You know, they're in that line, that assembly line, waiting for that blade to touch, you know. But we, being a man of the Lord willing, we are the man of the Lord. You know, we see an escape, you know, through Yahweh Shai. It says, for gold is tried in fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion, mercy, long-suffering, very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in a time of affliction. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and a sinner that goeth 2 ways. Remember, we talked about that. The 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. You know, I know we in this flesh, and I know we work on not being faint-hearted, but brothers really try to work on not being faint-hearted, because we coming into a time now, and I'm speaking to me too. This goes for me too, especially because when you point a finger or when you give an advice, and you point somebody out, you got three fingers pointing right back at you. So how much more should this message be applied to you? You know. But I know we in this flesh, right? And sometimes we get faint-hearted. Sometimes we get scared. Sometimes we waver, right? And we're not perfect. But do your best to trust in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And brothers, really think about all the times that the Most High Yahweh might have delivered you out of certain situations. Because I know I got a number of situations where I could bring up and use as a testimony. You know, I have no reason. I don't have an excuse not to trust in Yahweh Yahushai. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience. Remember, we talked about that too. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Right? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law, right? And what is love? You know, what is love? You know, basically following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So if you love the Most High, you're going to be filled with the law. The law is perfect. The law governs men and tell you how to live righteously and how to live and how to walk and how to move, you know. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men, for as his majesty is so his mercy. You know, so this, this scripture was basically going into, you're going to be tempted. Not scripture, but this video is basically going into, you're going to be tempted, and it's truth, man. You know, and you can't let it overtake you, because, it get hard. It get hard, it get hard at times, especially when you're getting hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. It get hard, man. It get hard, but as the scriptures say, if you put Yahweh first, then the rest of the things shall follow. This is Sirach 14:1. It says, blessed is the man that hath not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord. Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, because your conscience will try to get you, man. You're not only fighting against the world, you're fighting against the man in the mirror each and every day you wake up. You fight against that man in the mirror each and every day you wake up. Fighting that old man off. That old man will try to creep, man, and try to get you to do some things that you're not supposed to do. I don't want to drag this out, too long. I just wanted to basically, let brothers know that, you're going to be tempted, man. And, you pray that the Lord get you out that temptation, because he will make it a way. Let me see if I can get this real quick. It says the Lord will basically make a way for you to escape. Oh, how'd it go? So again. Oh, this is a good one. Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. And the spirit, this Salakia. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. See? That sums it up. But let me see if I can get this. It said that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And they fight against each other. You know? Make it and escape. Make escape. Right here. I need to highlight this. This is 1 Corinthians 10:13. It says, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. See? So he's not going to tempt you over than what you can handle, you know? But he's going to make a way for you to escape, that you be able to bear it, man. You know? So that's all I wanted to get,